everyone, this is Fantasy Girl here, and we are going to be continuing our story through Heavensward. If you remember last time, we were able to rescue Raubahn before he was executed by Ilberd and the rest of the Crystal Braves. We also found out, thanks to Dulala, she's another member of the Syndicate, that Lolorito kind of usurped Telechi's plan to murder Nanamo. So the plan still continued on as Telechi originally planned it. The only difference was that instead of poison, Lolorito had the poison switched out for some kind of like knockout drug or something just to make it seem like she's dead. They did that so that they could continue to usurp Telechi's plans and kind of pit Telechi and Raubahn against each other, which worked out perfectly well, like he was hoping for. We don't know where to rescue Nanamo is just yet. Well, I know exactly how that happens, but they themselves don't know where Nanamo is yet, so they're not able to hold a rescue, especially with Raubahn still in such bad shape. But here we are. We're back in the Waking Sands. Sorry, we're in the Waking Sands, and we're about to continue on with the story. So, what do you have to say for us now, Alphinaud? To siege or not to siege? Alphinaud is distracted by a call on his link pearl. Tataru? Yes, General Raubahn is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray, notify the Count of our coming. It would seem that we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarpin and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. Yeah, so the Dravanians are preparing for yet another attack. I think this is like the third or fourth attack on the city in such a short amount of time. They are really kind of hustling here. And I just wanted to see if they said anything new. It doesn't look like it. Oh man. You rest up, buddy. You're gonna need it. He's in bad shape. Pray do not tarry for my father's sake. I will see that he is well looked after, and should we recover any information on her Grace's whereabouts, I promise you will be the first to know. Raubahn? Fails us not to dwell upon which we may have lost. Okay, so he says the same thing. Okay, so at least Raubahn is safe. Oh, hello, Arnvold. Thank the gods you're all right. 'Twas a mighty struggle from what I heard, but that I could have fought by your side. And yeah, okay, I think this is good. So let's go ahead, head back to Ishgard. There we go. Yeah, so Nidhogg is not wasting any time here. I mean, we had a little bit of a break between them, but compared to like a near immortal being like Nidhogg, that short break is just barely a few seconds. So he's really kind of hammering it in. So let's go ahead and take the Aether network. Why did I do that? I am just so trigger happy right now. Alright, alright. Let's just go back through here. Just let me back in. I know I came out here. That was not my intention. I meant to go to the last vigil, but oh well. Let's just take the one down here. Or I guess up here. It's probably the closest. Or is it down here? Down here, yeah. There we go. Last vigil. So, what happens? Oh, right, okay. I was just trying to remember what happens from here. So everyone's waiting outside. Let us hear what the Count has to say. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raubahn short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city is awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Harshelfont was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you better head in. Yeah, so the family's all gathered together. Harshelfont looks so different. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I'm sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mistress Faye, Master Alphinaud, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. In the observatorium's bells tolled is a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sun. The midday sky, even. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Oh, he's so worried about us. That's one of the reasons I love him. How many dragons would it take to darken the midday sky, do you think? 1,000? More? Too many at any rate. I confess I know not where else you might seek sanctuary, but few places are like to be more perilous than a city under siege. I can't argue with that. The observatorium bells have told you to flee this place or make ready for war. The coming of the Horde spells ruin for Ishgard, but her knights shall fight to the last to shield her citizens from harm. What will become of this place? And us? We flee to the ends of the world. 'Twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from the storm, but I for one grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Claire? Well, I'm not gonna leave, so I would stay and fight. And fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in their hour of need. Okay, Alphinaud's way. Alphinaud is deliberating how best to proceed. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Well, it shouldn't take too long, because there's only 3 of us right now. I mean, if worst comes to shove, Tataru can seek shelter in the Waking Sands. But I don't think either of us are going to be leaving anytime soon.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany
What
you.
are the odds he just happens to be there?
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast
That was the
outright.
first time I ever heard his voice.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Oh yeah, I mean, in this city, that's a big no-no.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
Yes, that was the very first time that I heard him speak, like this one scene here. And... oh man. We've chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. Yeah, I just want to know what Estinian was doing to be hanging around here and overheard us talking. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fort Tum's Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. So we're heading back downstairs to Congregation of the Knights Most Heavenly. I feel like they could have picked a simpler name to call their headquarters, but hey, that's just me. Am I going the right way? Yeah, this is the right way. Yeah, and the way that Alphinaud was talking to Estinian, like, he clearly does not fully trust him yet. That's what I'm gonna change, and I feel like this should be brought up, but we're the Azure Dragoon too. At least my character is, because we completed the Dragoon quest line before coming here, at least up to level 50. Oh, that reminds me, I have a couple quests to be able to take after this. You speak with the Lord Commander? Pray make it quick. Yeah, I'm sure he's busy.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors, and unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
He's a sweetheart. I can't help
Pray
myself.
forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye. Their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to
Yeah, that
face
should
the
be enough
dread
to get
worm
everyone's attention.
I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
I'll say this for your plan. It has made keeping secrets from the Holy See seem almost entertaining. Having secured Sir Emmerich's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say that we can afford to dip them. No, we can't, can we? History tells us that Javanian will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. I'm sure Estinian's ready to go. Ah.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
I doubt it.
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
Evil, they say. Yet you guys seem to be more acting like villains than anyone.
This Warrior of Light. They have plans of their own.
No, they already heard about it.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
Oh man, that scene freaked me out when I saw it.
For the glory of King Thornton.
I had no idea what was going on. I will say this though, I don't think they need to worry about the Ascians seeing through their disguises, because they're just so full of themselves and they look down on mankind, so wouldn't surprise anyone that way. Okay, in search of Iceheart, Alphinaud it would see to one final matter before setting forth, and we get a wind-up Alphinaud! Perfect for international summits. Oh, whatever. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at St. Renate's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that, I need no reminding. Come, Claire, let us head back to Fort Thames Manor. So we're going to bid farewell to Tataru for the time being. Oh, this is also where Alphinaud gets his first costume change. Awesome. I mean, as cute as I think that his current outfit is, he definitely needs a wardrobe adjustment. Yes, you may show us inside. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Claire and I return to Ishgard.
Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends.
If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now.
Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphinaud. I made it specially.
No, I couldn't possibly... Very well. Oh, it looks great on him! By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good.
I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills.
My thanks, Tataru. Wherever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold.
'Twas the least I can do. Now I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey.
She doesn't make anything for us either. People make a lot of jokes about that she goes around making clothes for practically everyone, but until like the last moment for the Warrior of Light. Oh well. And I think it's right here. There they are. This new attire will serve me well in the bitter cold of COERTHAS. I shall have to thank Tataru properly upon our return. You have said your farewells, then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well. She will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Azel's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the COERTHAS Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like he will know if any heretic activity have been reported in the area. So, continuing on our march, let's go. I think we should be able to go through here now. Doesn't look like it, because we haven't unlocked the flying in that zone yet. Alright, let's just take our black chocobo. Yep, okay, yes, let's go. Falcon's Nest, yes, let's go. And I just realized I could have just as easily teleported there. Oh well. Interesting. I have no idea how we ended up getting this far out. What a gloomy day, she says just as the sun comes out. Wasn't expecting that, but hey, took us right in front of Redwall. Well, Mistress Faye, what brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it could be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. Alphinaud Levy here at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe that there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus we have come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretics' refuge at Gorgana Mills. 'Tis possible that they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mistress Faye knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who first discovered it. Let's divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit this refuge. When I've completed my inquiries, I will join you there. Wise use of our time. Come, Claire. I'm eager to learn what Sir Redwall's men have found in the heretic's lair. Heretic and Dravanians are bad enough, but this blasted weather is something else. Well, it seems kind of nice right now. It's actually a little chilly here today, so that's a really nice change of pace. And here we go. So while we're out here, I think we can as well go ahead and start looking for ether currents. Oh, there's one. So we're going to have to find and attune to all the ether currents before we're allowed to fly. I'm also partly doing this for memory, too. Because I remember a few distinctive locations where the ether currents were, because that's how difficult it was for me to find them. And I distinctly remember that there is one, I think, over this way. Down here? Oh, I hate those things. Okay, well, I look for this particular current. I think we can just go ahead and just skip a little bit ahead until we reach the house. Okay, I'm back. So we went ahead and looked for it through ether currents, and there's even one right up here on top of the farmhouse, so we'll go ahead and grab that one real quick. Let's just hear what they have to say. Just a simple farmhouse. Makes one wonder what other innocent facades the heretics have chosen to hide behind. cool that it's up here like this. Mistress Faye, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Claire. He's gonna regret that! We were ill-prepared for what awaited us at the farmhouse. Forgive me, but until the creatures have been put down, we cannot safely continue our investigation. Aww. Oh dear, the creature took me by surprise. Forgive me, until my hand stops shaking, I fear I shall prove more a hindrance than a help. Pray go on ahead, and when you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. Yeah, he clearly is not used to slaying creatures. Aww. I love bears, so I hate that I have to kill them. I mean, would it have been too hard just to open the doors and let them run wild and free? Would that really been so bad? Had a frightful growling from below. You encountered more of the beasts, I take it? Yeah, everything's fine. Oh, Sinian! My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities that the frost had bitten the hardest. The beasts are slain, then? My thanks, Mistress Faye. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. Yay! Okay, so let's go ahead with the next quest then. From one heretic to another, the expedition leader has a promising lead to aid in you in your search for Lady Iceheart. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is this not so? The reports we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some matter of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving the onslaughts of Fang and Claw, but I wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutation betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clues from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. There's hardly a choice at all. Estinian has such a dry sense of humor. I guess that's why I like him, because my sense of humor is also pretty dry. I kind of like the darker, morbid kind of sense of humor. I found some few of these letters. Let us gather the respectable stack and see what secrets the expedition captain can wring from the collected correspondence. The letters were in a neat pile just here, but 'twould seem the skirmish with the beasts had scattered them rather thoroughly. What are these damnable pages? I'd rather battle 2 Avarice than continue this confounded search. Patience, Estinian. I understand how you feel, but still. Where is it? Don't see anything. Let's check upstairs. Yep, there we go. I'm surprised the bears decided to go ahead and move them all over the place like this. Have you recovered much of the heretic's correspondence? Okay, what appears to be a record of past correspondence between individuals regarded as heretics by the Holy See. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Olivier and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What we have here, then? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgon Mills heretics and their fellows in the Ak-Afa amphitheater. These are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. So we're heading back to the amphitheater where we first fought Shiva. Okay, sounding out the amphitheater. Alphinaud seems intent on traveling to the Ak-Afa amphitheater. The Ak-Afa amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of the treacherous track of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernets. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbrita succeeded in recreating the Ak-Afa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the Resilience Aetherite would only be temporarily viable. But given the heretics of the Gorgon Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the Aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the western highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the Aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandale posted soldiers at the western highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Okay, so let's head on out. You mean to follow the heretic's trail, then? I will see that Sir Redwald is informed. Okay. Why not? We'll take something smaller. You know what? Here. In honor of the bears that we slain, we have our own polar bear. As you can see, he's clearly much cuter than the polar bears out here, so I don't know what the difference is, but... oh, he is cute. So we're going to be heading right back down through this area, so we have to jump down from the Black Iron Bridge and just follow the frozen river. So let's go ahead and just skip a little bit ahead, so I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. So we're at the very edge of the frozen river. And it's going to be another instant's duty, if you can believe that. What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Probably. He doesn't have that much experience. Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? Seems an age ago, does it not? Back then, I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Ah, so that's why he's so down all of a sudden. Ah, the guests of House Fortams, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming if the Ak-Afa beacon still functions, we may pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Man, so this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. I think number 4. No, wait, 5. So this is the 5th instance duty that we've had. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Maybe you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, is it not enough that you banish our beloved saints? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. You take us for fools, boy. It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer. We all know too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers. May dragon wings bear us to victory. We will not defile this sacred place a second time. No, wait, we did not come here to fight. Waste no more words on them. They are deaf to reason. Unfortunately, he's right about that.
Your guard is down.
Chain-weaving heretics. They're pains to deal with because they heal everyone. Oh! By the fury, they partake of the blood of dragons. 7 hells, can dragon blood truly bring about such a transformation? Well, you can clearly see it right in front of you, Alphinaud. You should not have come here, Ishgardians. I'm gonna try to kill this guy before he becomes a dragon. Too late. Yeah, there's no way that we're gonna be able to crush him before he transforms, so might as well take care of these guys. You're fortunate indeed. Behold the true power of our faith. 12%. At last, a foe I might sink my lance into.
Know your folly.
Uh-oh.
Focus. Release!
Where do you guys keep coming from? One last guy. Okay. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. See no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain that there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian? I suspect it is of the heretic's way of referring to the Streaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened to the point of death and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy See sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of gray. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. Fantastic tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. Can you imagine just how much ice and snow that would have to fall to cover a giant dragon like that? Especially since we see how big it is in just a moment. A land where war has raged for 1,000 years could engulf enough ash fall to bury a dragon the size of an island. The dreaming dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there is one place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Janelot, may have information of use to us. But mayhap you're not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Okay, let's ride on out of here. So it's going to take a little while to get there, so we'll go ahead and skip ahead real quick. Okay, so we skipped a little bit ahead of ourselves. And there is the tail of the sleeping dragon. So if that's just the tail, you can imagine how big the rest of the thing is. So I went a little bit too far. That's okay. We're just turning back a little bit. And I think we'll call it a day once we reach the Convictors' camp. I think that would be a good place to end it there. Yes, there it is. So that's another ether current. We have quite a collection now, so... Alright, we're here. Well, what do we have here? Open to join the esteemed ranks of the Convictors, are we? The hard eye lass looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon. Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance, the Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Janelot, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? Yeah, we're looking for Iceheart. Have you seen her? Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I have seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be, somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you. We will. We shall. Kairistinian, let's make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Okay, so that seems like a good place to call it there. Okay, so the next quest... Oh, that's not that quest. Well, everyone, I think we'll call it there for right now anyway, but thank you so much for watching. So, we are making our first steps to track down Iselle. Then again, if it was easy, then they would have found her a lot sooner. So, yeah, until next time, everyone, thank you again for watching, and next time, hopefully, we'll be able to track down Iselle, or maybe, I think we actually get to unlock another dungeon right away, so we might actually look into that. So, yeah, until then, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and this is Fantasy Girl signing out, so bye-bye.